Hello and welcome back to Hardworking Man. I'm Heath. Today I'm out here cleaning up the yard a little bit. I've got some stuff on pallets that I need to move. I've got the Coyote RX 7320 and I love this thing. It's an absolute monster. It'll lift anything I need to, but being such a big tractor with such a great lift capacity, it has one huge flaw or drawback that I think I've corrected today. With this thing being so big, one of the huge drawbacks is when I'm working with forks, or if you got a tractor mounted log splitter on the front or a grapple, you can't see it. This hood is huge because it's got that giant engine in it. But I bought something that I've been wanting to try for a while, and I think with a little bit of practice, it's gonna be the answer to my problem. Let me show you what it is. The first thing I tried when I couldn't see my forks, because I had to constantly stand up on the seat and look over and then try to put the forks in the right position and drive forward. Well, if the land isn't level, the forks move. Trying to drive forward and pick up a IBC tote or a pallet or split around with a log splitter or pick up something with a grapple while you're standing trying to operate the clutch, it's not easy and it's not safe. So what's my solution? It's right here. It's a magnetically attached wireless backup camera. But I'm going to use it so I can see my forks, so I can make those fine adjustments without having to stand up, without having to try to look over the hood of this giant tractor. So the second part of this system is this. It's the wireless or partly wireless viewing screen. It needs to have power to it. This tractor doesn't have a 12-volt DC supply like a cigarette lighter. So while I'm testing this out, I've just got one of our power packs out here. It's the little EBL 500 watt. I can plug that in, I can turn it on, and I can see if this is going to work. If this is going to be a viable option, I'll simply wire this thing into the electronics of the tractor, and I won't need this anymore. But until I know it's going to work, we're going to do this temporary setup. So as you can see now, Rachel's showing the screen, what I'll be able to see from the tractor seat, but I'm out here in front of the forks. It's not perfect. I've tried it a little bit because I wanted to make sure it was going to work to some extent before I shared this with you. So follow along as we clean up the yard a little bit. I have some stuff to move and we're going to use this new setup to see how well I can scoop these pallets, place them without wrecking anything or breaking pallets or IBC totes. Let's see if it's going to work. If you guys follow Hardworking Man, you know I have an unlimited amount of projects. I always get new ones and I think I'll have time to complete them. Up by the garage was getting cluttered with projects, and we got to get it cleaned up because it just looks like a mess. Rachel doesn't like it. I don't like it. With all the kids home from college, we need more parking. The Kubota G5200. I bought this thing at an auction for under $200. I've been fixing it up. It's been great. I was using it the other day to roll the yard. I rolled for a couple of hours, and it was awesome. I shut it down. I went in to eat dinner. I came back out. I jumped on it. I fired it up, and it wouldn't move. I don't know if it got warm. I don't know what happened, but I think some of the internal seals went out from the hydraulic pump. So that's something we're going to have to address in the future. We'll bring you along when we rebuild that and hopefully get this thing working again. For now, I've got it strapped down to a pallet so I can scoop it up and move it out of the way. Then when I have time to take it over to my buddies to fix it, I can simply pick it up, put it in the back of the truck or the trailer, and bring it over. You can see that this is on a little bit of a hill, so the pallet's going downhill. When I had to stand up off the seat to look and see my forks, trying to get something like this that wasn't level, wasn't flat, is difficult. It's hard enough using a tractor instead of a skid steer or an actual high-low. Tractors are tough. The bigger the tractor, the harder it is because it's so long. So when you make a little adjustment, it moves the forks a lot. But with this new camera setup, I think it's going to be easier. Here we go. This is the camera showing the forks. This is a difficult because Rachel is sort of sitting on my lap, but we got to get the good footage for you. So you can see how I can make these small adjustments. I can't see these forks at all from the tractor seat. So let's see if I can get this in there without wrecking it. Like a lot of times I would hit the pallet trying to stand up. And it's a little, there's a little bit of a learning curve here, you know, seeing how these work, because it's a camera. But this is so much easier than what it used to be. Like that was first try. Yeah, I'm good, but I'm not always that good. So as you can see, that worked pretty well. Like I said, there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve because the further back you are, the closer you get. It changes your view a little bit. It's starting to rain. Hopefully it doesn't come down too hard because I want to get this project finished. So let me get this mower moved out, and then we're going to move to the firewood tumbler project. You saw me spray Strikehold on this a little bit ago. That's by far the best thing in a bottle I've ever bought. If you bought the magic sprays in a bottle, you know, a lot of them don't live up to what they're supposed to. WD-40, yeah, that's a classic. There's different things that work. That Strikehold has been by far my favorite. This isn't a commercial. You can calm down the people that get mad about commercials. This is something that I use. I got one bottle sent to me and I've bought several bottles since. They don't give me free product. They don't pay me to say this. This stuff literally works. I sprayed it on these about 8 months ago, and these can be tough. I used to have to put gloves on to grab them because when they would go, the slamming would hurt my hand. They still just pop pretty easy. It looks like it could use a little bit more, but it's fine. These forks, if you move forks, they're not that easy to move all the time. With that Strikehold on there, they glide pretty effortlessly. That stuff's awesome. There will be a link in the description where you can get free shipping with a hardworking man code. Like I said, they're not paying me to say this. I'm just sharing stuff that works. And when they gave me my first bottle, I said, please, give me something I can give to the subscribers. Either a discount code or something. And they said, how about free shipping? That'll work. If you guys haven't tried this stuff, you're gonna want to. If you don't know what this is, it means you missed some of our videos. This is a grain tumbler. I bought it at an auction. I'm gonna try to build a firewood tumbler out of it. I plugged the electric motor in and it worked, but it caught my extension cord on fire. So if you didn't see that, you're gonna wanna go back and watch it because it was pretty funny. Rachel happened to be recording when I tried to unplug it, and the plug melted together and started shooting out flames. And that's a real life scenario with a live reaction. So go check that video out. We'll put a link to it at the end of this one. But I can't get to this right now. I have too much stuff going on, and I'm not sure exactly how I want to handle it. So I got it on a pallet, I've got it covered with an IBC tow, and I'm gonna get it put off to the side for now. All right, so right now Rachel's riding behind me. We're gonna try to show how this screen works. It might not be the greatest because she's literally standing on the 3-point hitch trying to film this with one hand. No one else has a woman like I do, and if you don't know about Rachel, you need to watch more Hardworking Man. But I can't see my forks at all right now, but on the monitor, I can. So I'm gonna try to move slow so I don't rock Rachel off the 3-point. And you can see there, I gotta make a little adjustment. Got in a little too far. See, this does have a little bit of a learning curve to it, especially while we're trying to film. You can see I'm on unlevel ground, so the forks aren't level, but I was able to get them in there. And now I can get this thing picked up, moved out of the way, and we'll bring this project out another day. Do you guys see what Rachel does for you? This is part of filming Hardworking Man. Riding on the 3-point, trying to film, holding on to the roll bar with one hand on the camera. Another project that I haven't finished yet, but do plan on it, is the firewood conveyor. I built it out of a livestock loading ramp, and I've got stuff to make a funnel for it, a chute, and we're gonna do all that. But right now I don't have the time, so I'm gonna put it on a pallet so I can move it, because like I said, we need the space. I'm gonna use the camera to try to get in under these bars. This is gonna show two things. One, am I gonna be able to do it? And two, will my welds hold up? Because I welded this and I'm not a welder. So I'm gonna try to pick this up, put it on a pallet, I'll get it strapped down and then moved off until I can work on it at a later date. So 50% isn't bad. I got the forks in there nice. I had to get it in between the two different bars. My welding, not so much. So now I'm gonna try to get this on the pallet by hand. The front end's really heavy with that motor. The back end I can get on there. So let me wrestle this onto the pallet, then I can move it without having to worry about my welds giving up. I wanna take a welding class or something because I like building stuff, and clearly I'm not that great at it. This end is very heavy. Luckily I'm strong. What do they say, a weak mind and a strong back?
What?
That's the key to success.
I have never heard that phrase.
Oh yeah, it's a phrase.
Weak mind and a strong back?
Yeah, it's dumb and strong.
That's the key to success, huh?
Well, in this type of work, firewood, working outdoors. If I was too smart, I would make enough money someone else could do this for me. I wouldn't have to have a homemade elevator.
You don't have to have a homemade elevator.
I mean, I don't, but I like trying to build stuff, like I said. To try to get this a little more stable, I'm gonna lower these jacks down, but I also welded those on. So I'm not sure how well they're gonna work, but we'll see.
You're on.
All right, so I'm getting this strap down now because I don't want it to fall off. And this is one of my ratchet straps that's been outside for a while, and if anybody knows, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't go over top of this weld. I guess if it fails I needed to fix it anyways, right? But anyway, this strap has been outside for a while and it wasn't working too great. I sprayed it with the Strikehold and that stuff stays. It dries to like a slick but dry consistency. And these ratchet straps, if you have them and they're not working so good, hit them with some of that and you're gonna notice a huge difference. I ain't gonna put too many cranks on my weld. All right, let's get this. I'll get it off to the side and then I'll cover it with a tarp later, but for now we gotta get it out of the way. Let's see how I can scoop this. honestly say that worked well. Depth perception is a little bit tricky with the camera, but I was coming up a hill, so I had to rock the forks to get it into that pallet. And normally, I would be literally doing this, or trying to drive like this, trying to release the clutch while I'm on a hill, releasing the brake. I mean, not necessarily smart, but I've done it. That was so much nicer. Let me get this out of the way, then I have one more task to try with the new camera so we can get the log splitter ready, because we got a cool video coming up for you guys. One last project for the evening is we're going to move the all-wood log table away from the all-wood log splitter, because Rachel and I have an idea for an all-new Splitter Wars video that we're going to be filming, and we need the all-wood to be part of it. You're not going to want to miss that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out our Splitter Wars playlist, where we take different log splitters, anywhere from box store models up to commercial models, and we put them head-to-head in a competition, sort of, but it's more or less to show the differences between the splitters, like how they're built, how tall they are, how heavy they are, and ultimately how well they split. So if you haven't seen that, check it out, and be ready for an all-new Splitter Wars coming out on Hardworking Man. That's it for that. I'd say it worked pretty good. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you think that's a viable option? Is it something you could use? If you've got a smaller tractor, it might not be as big of an issue, but if your hood is in the way, it's something to consider. It's no special camera I bought. I just did some research on Amazon. I looked for one that had good reviews, and it ended up working pretty well. It's adjustable, you can tilt it, it's got a solar panel, it connects pretty easily. I'll put a link to that in our description. It's also in our Amazon storefront, where a lot of the products we use here on Hardworking Man are available in that Amazon storefront. So if you see something we use and you want to check it out, go to those links. All right, so we add a little bit of technology to the tractor with that camera. The whole time we were doing that video, we were mowing our lawn. This thing, it's the Luba 2. It's an all-wheel drive robot mower. If you want to see more about this and how it works and if it works, make sure to check out the videos on it. This thing's pretty neat. Thanks for watching Hardworking Man, guys. If you like what you see, make sure to subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and leave us a comment. We reply to every comment. It gets tough sometimes, like our one lawnmower video had over 3,000 comments. We spent hours answering them, but we try to get back to every single one. Also, if you want to support the channel, check out hardworkingmanoutdoors.com, where you can buy t-shirts, you can buy hats, you can buy some other really neat stuff that we're adding that we do on our new laser. They're awesome. So let us know what you think about this video, about everything in general. How's the audio in this? Our mics that we were using weren't working well. This is all done on a shotgun mic. We just ordered a brand new professional grade shotgun mic to try that. We want to get the audio perfect for you guys. So how did it sound? Let us know in the comments. Could you hear everything okay? Thanks for watching Hardworking Man, guys. We love the feedback, we love the comments, and have a great day. And I think with a little bit of practice, it's going to be the answer to my solution. Let me show you what it is, the answer to my solution. Thanks for watching Hardworking Man.